Hello my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today I'm going to be talking about Geekerella by Ashley Poston. Now, I was super wary going into this, for two reasons. The first being there was so much hype on BookTube about this book. The second reason is I'm just not that big on contemporary books. I've tried reading a few and they don't do it for me. I like my fiction and I like my fantasy too much. But despite that, if one catches my interest or I hear a lot of good things about it, sometimes I'll pick it up just to see if maybe this is the one that changes my mind. A big motivator besides the hype was that Ashley Poston was a guest at Boston's Teen Author Festival back in 2017. I was planning on going and I was trying to read as many books by as many of the guest authors as I could. And I think the week before the festival, I picked this up. Because I figured, this isn't too long. I should be able to get through it reasonably quickly. I not only flew through this book, but I loved it. I didn't just think it was okay. I fell in love with this book. And as someone who's not a big fan of contemporary books, that is huge for me. This book made me feel all sorts of feels. There were parts in it when I was genuinely mad on Elle's behalf, and then there were times when I was genuinely grinning like a fool as I was reading. I was constantly texting my one lone in real life bookworm friend being all like, this book is making me smile so much, it's making my face hurt, and just gushing about how cute it was. And then there were parts when I actually got teary and wanted to just start bawling because they just hit me right in the feels. So for those who don't know, this is a Cinderella retelling with a fandom twist. Our main character, Elle, lives with her stepmother and her two stepsisters. Elle is expected to work, she's expected to do the chores, she's expected to do the cleaning. Her stepsisters, not so much. And Elle's favorite show, Starfield, is getting a movie reboot, and this is a big deal to her because Starfield was something that her and father bonded so much over. Her father got her into Starfield. Starfield is something that he was into when he was younger, and he would go to cons. He actually started up his own con, and it was just a big part of Elle's life with her father. And so this reboot is a huge deal to her, and she's hoping that it turns out awesome and that they get the cast right. But unfortunately, some teen heartthrob from this soap opera gets cast as the main role, which does not make Elle very happy. So she writes a post on her Starfield blog just going off on this choice. Meanwhile, our other main lead is Damien, the teen heartthrob soap opera star who is cast for this main role. And surprise, surprise, he actually knows more about the show than Elle thinks. Darian is actually a serious fan of Starfield as well. And it's a role that he's excited to play, but after reading Elle's blog post, which gets picked up by a whole lot of people, as well as a couple news places, he's a little wary because it's oh god, the fans are going to be a little torn between their feelings on me being cast for this role. Darian also finds out that his father, who is also his manager, signed him up to be a guest at the con that Elle's father had founded, which he does not want to do. He does not want to do cons. He does not do cons. So, wanting to take matters into his own hands, he looks up some contact information for this con so he can pose as his own manager to get out of it. But the number he contacts isn't for the convention, it's actually Elle's father's cell phone. Apparently the people on the site didn't update the site to take that information down since he passed away years ago. And lo and behold, Elle actually has her father's old cell phone. So this whole book, we're kind of going back and forth between Darian and Elle's points of views, and they're texting each other. Something that started off as a mistake starts to bloom into something a little more. And this book is so adorable. so god dang adorable. So anyone out there who loves super cute books, likes contemporary, likes cute contemporary, and likes retellings, highly recommend this book. This was awesome and definitely exceeded the expectations I had going in. Alright, so I'm going to go into a slightly more spoilery bit where I talk about things that happen further into the book. So if you have not read Geekerella yet, I highly suggest you click away now and come back after you read the book to discuss. So a big thing that I really liked about this book is it wasn't the guy swooping in to help / save the girl. Like, yes, Darian was a huge part of what kept Elle going, but she also had Sage as well. So he was only part of the support system to help Elle follow what she wants to do, but at the same time, Elle helps push Darian into improving himself, trying to do better, and just be more than he can be. And I like that kind of like mutual help. Also, really a big fan of Sage and Elle's friendship. I am also all here for girls helping out other girls and being there to support each other. So, won't lie, I got so teary at the point in the book when Elle is at the con. Elle at the con just filled me with so many emotions. Like when she's talking to one of the staff about her passes being stolen, and God, I can't remember her name and I feel horrible for that. And the staff member is just like, no daughter of Robin is ever going to need to pay for a pass. We have one set aside for you. And we always have. And just, that alone just started to get me emotional. Like, I wasn't full on emotional yet, but that started it. What really got to me as Sage was helping her get ready for the cosplay contest, and how just all the contestants came in and were giving Elle parts of their costumes and just saying like, and oh my god, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. Oh my god, don't cry, Megan. And just saying how much this con means to them, and oh my god. The tears were flowing, and they're starting to flow now just talking about it, so I really need to change the subject. Now, for the parts that made me mad, basically any part that had Chloe or her stepmother interacting with Elle just really got under my skin. Especially when Chloe was being all snarky when they found her mother's old dress in the attic. And just anytime Chloe's trying to put Elle down, when she tore up the Greyhound tickets, when she stole her money and her passes, oh my god, that just pissed me off so much. Like, I knew something like that was coming because Cinderella retelling, but still, it's just like, oh my god, I want to punch you in the face. It doesn't help that I had a few stepsisters in my life, and in the very early years especially, they weren't the nicest. So I can kind of relate to that a little bit. Just the put-downs, the snark, the petty cruelty. Oh my god, that lighting is bad. The petty cruelties. Parts of that hit a little, can't say close to home, but in the ball field of home. Just Chloe and her stepmother's pettiness, and not just their pettiness, but their selfishness, aggravated me so much. Especially when the stepmother was trying to always say, I do care about you. This is for the best of you. I'm doing this for your own good. Even now, after reading it twice, I'm kind of torn between whether she was trying to justify her actions or if she genuinely felt that these were truth. And I don't know which is sadder or more horrifying. I think it might be maybe her not realizing how cruel she's been to Elle. It's her doing all this stuff and thinking there's really nothing wrong with it. That, I think, might be a little scarier. But needless to say, at the end of the book, after Darian and Elle are reunited, and that there's a little payback aimed at Chloe, which I am all for. Though I do find it hilarious that Chloe was trying to spin it that she was the Geekerella at the masquerade dance. It's like, come on. How much in a fantasy world are you in? yeah, you may be able to fool some people around you, but if Darian comes along, he's not going to be easily fooled. He's spoken to Elle, he knows Elle. Yeah, they spend very little time in person together, but he knows her. Unlike actual Cinderella fairy tale when they shared a few hours together tops. And he also met Chloe at the masquerade because she was being a jerk and trying to put down Elle in front of all those people. Which, I also gotta say, really stupid of her to try and put down a nerd by calling her a nerd at a convention for nerds. Like, you gotta check your audience there. And frankly, I think she deserves a little humiliation just to kind of put her back into her place and maybe make her reevaluate her own actions. Not that really it did anything, but hey, for some people it might have. A little off topic. Just the fact that Chloe thought that she could, just by dyeing her hair and making some stuff up, that she could not just convince her little posse that she was the Geekerella, but she'd be able to convince Darian once he made an appearance with them. So you would think, you know, he could be able to tell the difference between Elle and Chloe, especially since he did meet them both, no matter how briefly in person. And it was also awesome to see fandom so present in a book. Again, so many young adult books and other books in general, pop culture comes up, but having it be such a big focus in a book is so awesome. Especially since really everyone has that one fandom that makes up a big part of their life. Or at least most people I know have that one fandom that makes a huge part of their life. And as someone who has been going to conventions for like 10, 11 years now, being able to see like a character getting ready for a convention, to be cosplaying for a convention, and be able to show a convention in a book and have that be a big part of the book, made me happy. It made my little fangirl heart happy. And I really hope to see more books along this vein in the future. If so, it will make me a very happy reader, and I will definitely look forward to them. So yeah, all in all, this is definitely something that I would recommend to people. It's definitely a book that I could reread again and again and again and still get emotional over it, which I love. I don't have enough of those in my life. And yes, so not much more I can say, so I will stop myself here. So that is it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.